Yo, 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 what up? What up? What's up? Hey, listen. You better listen. Yeah! Here we are, Thursday. Day before Easter holiday, I guess. Let's kill the sound. Hey, hey, hey. Alright, 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 Kirill. You are here. How's it going? Good morning. To celebrate the fact that it's, I guess, Easter, even though I'm not religious, I put a Easter bunny cat thing in the corner down there. What up, Yakovlev art? How's it going? Atski, good morning. Captain Jetlag. Is it snowing for you? Oh man, not for me. It's spring sunshine, except slightly cold. Hey children, how's it going? Whew. Right, so today I was thinking, annoying light. What I was thinking, what I will do is I'll continue on this guy. I'll liquefy. I'll change him up a bit. I'll develop him a little bit more. I'll give him a little bit of clothing of sorts. I feel like he's a bit too feral. Oh, that's cool, Yakovlev. Awesome. Nice to see you here. Catch me in the wild. Great. Welcome. Welcome. Have a seat. Take off your shoes. Have a cup of coffee. We're gonna be in it for 30 minutes now. Chilling like a villain. Nice. Yeah, me too. It's gonna be a long weekend. I think I'll take my kids to a spa and go swim in some pools and jacuzzi and saunas and eat fries and have a drink by the pool. I think that'll be nice. A little bit of Easter extra days, but gotta make use of it. Hey, Slumpen boys. Good morning. Hey, Zealin. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, you're gonna have life drawing. That's fantastic. Yakovlev, I'm currently in Latvia. Captain Jetlag, yeah. That sounds good. It is good. I love that. They have 3 different jacuzzis as well. It's like this kind of deluxe spa resort thing. Hey, Voodoo Breakfast. Hey, Gria Embar. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going? Alright, let's start the timer. Time is up. So, what I wanted to do, right, is I felt like this guy has a great base, but as is, I feel like I like the challenge yesterday of zooming in, and not zooming out, and it created this interesting concept, right? But I feel that even though it was a great exercise, what I lost was the big picture aspect of creating something. The fact that it feels a little bit disjointed in the sense of the character is not cohesive. Like, it's a great start of a character, but there isn't enough there. Sorry, enough there to indicate what type of character he is. So what I wanted to do today is fix some of the obvious mistakes from doing this concept without zooming out. So I just zoomed in really, really uncomfortably close, and I started drawing, just drawing to kind of create uh, this Hulk type character, right? So, needless to say, I knew I would have gotten awkward proportions and awkward details because I couldn't see the big picture. That being said, I do like where this guy went, so I thought today I'll spend some time enhancing him. Feathered raptor pulling a Jenga piece. That's cool. That's a cool topic. Remember that one. How's it going, Jacob Mobley? Hey, Morphia! You're back, you're back! Fantastic. So what's your plans for the Easter holidays? Hey, Amir. How's it going? How's it going? You should be sleeping, Jacob. Yeah, you got the bug though. The art bug. I saw that you made a schedule for your studying and sketching. How's that holding up? Are you able to follow your schedule? You know, it's okay to do amendments to a schedule if things is not working the way they need to be. Leg muscles. Nowhere close to what they need to be there. I want to do them exaggerated, but also not real, but should be real enough so that you go, leg muscles. Whatever. Bed by 10? Well, that's a bit early, isn't it? Oh yeah, the challenge, by the way, it ends, right? Ends this Sunday. Movies, cooking, drawing, and painting. Hey, Captain Jetlag, how's it going? Captain Bows! Yakovlev, how to keep you motivated when you don't want to draw. It's easy. Always draw. Create a schedule. Wait, that was way off. Create a schedule where you incorporate drawing in a relaxed way, where you're just enjoying the act of drawing. And if you're just drawing for the sake of it, for fun, and you won't feel the pressure to having to create something because you've already what's it called? Conditioned yourself to be loose and free, um, without feeling that you need to perform, right? It's a really important to remember that creating something of value that will like be a portfolio piece, you shouldn't always aim for that, right? Because you gotta work up to that point. You gotta exercise your thoughts. You gotta develop something. You gotta get an idea and a spark, a path. And if you never sketch something out and you never figure something out or you never try something, you're never gonna find that. And the ratio of you hitting gold, striking gold, um, you will never just off the bat hit gold after gold after gold. You know, you gotta work it. You gotta figure stuff out. You gotta practice. You gotta do warm-ups. And the fact that you feel like you're not up for it, um, if it's a one-off occasion, uh, walk away. Go and do something. Go for a walk. Be inspired. Do something else, and then go back and draw. the sense of always have to be at the computer, or of the sense of you always have to do something in order for you to matter, is wrong. You know, it's way more important to be creative for the in the moment than clocking the hours. You know, hey Eric Moy, hey Rags, how's it going? Hey Tormod, Rex, how's it going? Yeah, absolutely. Slumpen Boys, about what's my take on always on drawing for fun versus studying. I think if you're only studying, art will get boring fast. And if you're only drawing for fun, um, you're never challenging yourself, right? There's got to be a give and take. Let's take the Unreal Bjorn as an example, right? I'm assuming majority of you felt pressure and felt the need to perform and do something worthy, right? So you got that pressure on you. But ideally, I also hope that you had fun doing it. And the fact that the topic, for example, is open into your interpretation, um, is meant to inspire you in a way where it's not a concrete thing, where you ideally you shouldn't feel like you're doing something wrong, right? Ideally, you'll feel liberated, and the fact and leave you open to the fact that you should be able to do what you need to do in your personal point of view, right? So what I'm trying to get to is that you're having fun while feeling pressure to perform, and ideally, I mean, you guys have been sketching on the side and all these things, and I think that's great. And I love seeing that you guys do thumbnails and you study what you need to do in the end, uh, and practice it, and studies are meant to enhance your knowledge. Studies are not meant to be in your portfolio. They shouldn't be in your portfolio. Studies are supplementary to whatever bigger work you're going to do. And drawing for fun could be, like liberating and just, draw something that you love. But in the end, you're always going to draw from your knowledge bank. And if you're only drawing for fun all the time without adding more, or you get watching a movie, you could see as studying, right? Because you could see it as taking in information, taking in knowledge that you're gonna apply to your for fun drawings. Um, so in that way, you could survive only drawing for fun without feeling the pressure to perform. And by subtle ways of pushing yourself, you could get away with it without understanding that you're actually studying. But for most people, you got to do both, and you can't go one or over the other. You got to actually apply both here in order to progress in the most not efficient way, but future proofing is something that a lot of people don't think about. Like, for example, I try to always. This is going to be a little bit of my fantastic comparisons or analogies. But let's say I'm doing a character, right? I'm designing a character. I'd always deliberately putting him on a separate layer. Not because it's a part of my process, but it's that if the client asks, I can just quickly move it. And that's a little bit of like of how you should see studying and for fun drawings, is that you're like future proofing your knowledge, that you're not just like I talked about this with the whole read Southern thing, about like you gotta build the foundation up and really really be strong in it. And if you're just buying gumroads to learn shortcuts, you're not building a foundation, you're just taking steps forward. And if you fall, you're gonna fall further than if you're like stupid analogies, but hopefully you'll get it. Jacob Mobley, no, I don't think your step by step there has any truth to it, because you're removing input, you're removing inspiration, you're removing a voice in art, and it's really important to have an opinion and flavor. And if you're just becoming this robot, you're not gonna do interesting art. You're gonna be great at technique this way. You're step by step there, but you're not gonna be doing interesting art per se. Yakovlev, I don't think it's really important that studies challenge you. I think I think studies should show your weakness, should improve on your flaws. They should be designed to push you forward in knowledge, not making something impossible. So, like, if you feel like you're shit at painting fur, do some fur studies, right? Try to figure out how does it actually work. Um, how should I create fur the next time I have to paint it, or like how does light reflect in fur, or whatever, like wet fur, dry fur, fluffy fur, mangy fur, all these things, right? And it shouldn't be challenging in the sense that it's like a final exam. Uh, your portfolio piece with fur should be the challenge, right? It shouldn't be the study itself, because study you can't put in your portfolio. Study won't be for anything else than up your game. But what good if it is to make like, oh, I made exactly a Picasso, but Picasso did it already, you know? What use is it other than technical masturbation in that sense? Then, if you're just really really good at replicating, or really really, what's the point other than the technical challenge of practicing your craftsmanship. Yeah, exactly, Captain Jetlag. It's about one of my other fantastic analogies, like learning how to fight, right? Going into a fight without without going to practice. You can swing, you can kind of watch movies and all these things, but the one of the real good things about practicing fighting, for example, in martial arts, is that you can experiment with techniques. First, you learn the techniques to a degree where they're in your backbone, right? You repeat them, you repeat them, repeat them, repeat them. Then you practice against others, implementing them. Then you go into a free form sparring, right? So you see, okay, let's switch it up. Let's do things, safe zone where you can experiment with things, and you practice day out, day in, and you practice with other people because the recipe changes, and it should be the same with sketching and studies, and you learn this, and this is your new move. This is your new kung fu grip on your pen, right? And then then it's a competition day, right? And all that hard work, all that understanding of your own body, of an opponent's body, of momentum, power, speed, all these things, um, you have to have them so ingrained in your system that when you're fighting, you should not be thinking, right? You should lean on everything, all those hard work, all those hours before, and when you're fighting, you should just be in the zone, right? And that's how you should think about art. See studying, see sketching, uh, failing painting, color theory, all these things is the hard work. And then when you're doing your portfolio painting, when you're having fun creating, you shouldn't sit there like, oh no, how do I draw fingers? That's your a clear indication that you need to study more of what's holding your back to be in the zone, right? And that's like Captain Jetlag said, like understand why and how, and then you can have fun, you know. Yakovlev, but you gotta start thinking about that as well, you know. Like, for me, I created a character design course, which I'm gonna give you guys for free because we hit 2,000 a while back. So that's coming. But the idea is like break stuff down the way you should understand it, right? And supplement with studies of design theory or famous designed objects and try to understand why, what's there, like what makes it famous, what makes it good, and try to break it down and just add to it and figure stuff out. I think too many people are asking for answers that they themselves could figure out. But like, I love the saying. I don't think it really applies, but everyone want to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. That, that's like having the cake and eating it too. Like, just do the hard work, figure stuff out. There's no right or wrong, you know. Absolutely, Captain Jet. Like, I absolutely agree. Slumpen Boys, I think it's gonna be live streams. So at the moment, as I see the event, is that I'm gonna go. I'm gonna prepare slides where I talk about the theory of the slides, and I'm gonna be painting as well at the same time, doing the same thing. So it's a little bit like talking and implementation, right? So it's going to be the talk is going to be in parts, I think, or just do everything in one, because it's going to be a lot of talking, because it's designed to be a lecture, right? So I'm going to be just going through the lecture that way. But it's coming. It's coming. I think it's. I might as well just like load up the. Actually, maybe on the break for the winners. Uh, Round three, right? After round three is over now this weekend, the winner in the winner bracket is gonna wait while the loser is gonna fight for finale. I think that's the. I might as well do that on the break, maybe. I'll really try. I'll really try. Um, we'll see. Because I don't want to postpone it too much, but it's just so busy lately. It's really really hard to find the time. But I'm gonna just keep saying it. It's coming. And by the way, scary. Nothing wrong with a boxer practicing karate. There's definitely stuff to pick up from karate that boxers don't know. but in a probably no use in a boxing match though, directly. What do you think is the biggest weakness related to art? I think there's a lot of people have a hard time separating themselves uh, from their art and their ego in the concept art business. I think there's a lot of people who easily get butt hurt and take things the wrong way. Because for me, a lot of concept art is consumer art, right? It's not meant to be fine art. And I think a lot of people have problem accepting that, like, it's not, how to explain it. When you've been around for a while, you start seeing when someone, for example, says something for the sake of just having their input versus actually having something to say of worth. You know, like a lot of people want to affect something or have a say in something just to have to justify them being there. And a lot of people, you know, put their ego in everything. And I think a lot of uh, there's in a way it's not mature. There's not enough maturity in a lot of artists when it comes to that aspect. Like, of course, you have to have pride in what you're doing, um, but a lot of people don't want to hear truths. I think that's a huge weakness in a lot of people. They like, as an example, like they only want good comments. Don't want to hear that they made a mistake. Captain Jetlag, yeah, absolutely. Like I talked about that many times. Like set up a schedule where there's short, hardcore bursts of work, like 3 4 hours. Take a break, reward yourself, go for a walk, eat some food, play a game, and then do another burst of work and switch off everything when you're doing the work, and then turn everything on when you're not doing the work, right? Uh, because if you're kind of half-assing everything, you're not gonna get anything done. Like I noticed that I mentioned this before, but when I became a father, I tried to do everything at the same time, and it's impossible. You gotta separate it. You gotta make sure that when you're doing one thing, do it really well, and keep it the other thing waiting, and then switch and do that really really well. You know, so for me, like doing art when I was a freelancer, I made sure that I had like 4 hours of hardcore work, no internet other than like reference hunting and so on. Put on my favorite music that put me in the zone. Turned the sound off my phone. No one could call me. You know, close the door. Just focus, like hard focus. And then I had a timer. Okay, 4 hours are done. Send it off. Um, okay, like okay. So what do I need to do now? Now I need to go eat some food or go shopping or oh shit, I forgot to shower and you know, and call everyone or you know, make some plans for a beer later and then you relax, recover, shake off the focus mode, and then you know like okay, in 2 hours I'm gonna sit down for another 4 or 3 4 hours and work really really hard, and you make plans for after those 3 hours, you know, so that you have something to look forward to and get inspired by, and then you go maybe go hang out with a friend or go to the cinema or you know go have a coffee. It's really surprisingly useful because you separate them and you can really, really, really focus hard. My biggest weakness, Yakovlev, My biggest weakness. I don't like to go into studies of uh, technical part. I love creating too much to be patient. I rush things. I'm too free flowing. I know I would gain a lot by taking time and being way more technical and things like that. But I don't have the patience. I have too much ADHD. I think I just want to like all over the place. That's my weakness. Absolutely, Captain Jetlag. I noticed that many times during projects when it's like, okay, we do work all these days and you have to do the hours and you just sit there like glance over on a movie and just move your hand, and then you realize, oh shit, I just been moving my hand. I haven't actually been doing anything. And then I around that time a couple of years ago or many years ago, I realized, all right, when I feel this way, I should just walk away, go play games, or go to, just stop. There's no point in sitting there. You're just wasting hours. You're not getting anything done as fast or as efficient or as good as when you're inspired. So I just stayed away. Sometimes even have to stay away 2 days. Don't do anything in 2 days. Like, that you don't want to go sit in that chair. And then, all right, you wait a little while and then go like, okay, now yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Then that's the point, like where you should jump in and focus and have fun, and you'll see, like so many times when you have to redo work, you'll do it faster, more efficient, better, because you have already given it thought. You've already processed it in your head one time before, and that just shows that it could easily be replicated by just not doing anything but doing it in here. Scary, yeah, but that finishing something, I mean, I don't have ADHD diagnosed, or I'm just that kind of person. um, you just have to practice finishing something. That's a skill set in itself that you have to practice. Yakovlev, yeah, absolutely. I had to get over my own ego. That died quite quickly. As soon as I started working, I figured that like I had some experiences with other people that had lots of ego, and I was really put off by it. It's like, ugh, that's a kind of ugly behavior. Like argumenting for the sake of argumenting. It's like you could clearly see the correct answer and their answer just being for they want to win and you should lose. Uh, so I quickly learned, like, I don't care about what my input. If it's the wrong decision and I see that another decision is better, why not? I don't. Like, I quickly realized I don't need to win in that sense. All I want to do is make the best end product. I've absolutely a voodoo breakfast. Chris, but it's not about emulating paintings. It's about movies has been a form of narrative for so long that they're using a lot of theories and a lot of great ways of placing things in a movie that's exciting. And it's not about making your painting feel like a movie. It's about figuring things out in presentation, because it's an art form itself, making movies, and it's a very focused slice that's worth thinking about. Yeah, absolutely, Chilstrand, and good job, by the way. It looks fantastic. Congratulations on finishing it. Man, it hasn't been a lot of drawing for me today. A lot of ranting. Time's up, by the way. Absolutely, Yakovlev. But it's important that you do have ego in the sense of pride in what you do. You have to do your best. You have to, you know, learn your trade. Absolutely. And you also have to have the understanding of saying, okay, I am wrong or you are wrong. And separating that from ego. There's a difference there. That's really important to learn. And that can only be learned by experience. And that's why there's junior artists and senior artists. Junior artists, you have to hold their hand a lot more. And break their ego. Shit on them. Absolutely, in a way. In a way, Jakob. Absolutely. All right. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Good night. Um, let's host. Oh, let's raid Alex. Shit on me, master. Yeah. Absolutely a voodoo breakfast. So it was a good rant. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. All right, let's go raid Alex. If you haven't followed him, make sure you click follow when we transition over. Um, I probably will be streaming tomorrow morning, even though I have the day off. See you tomorrow. Bye.